Most people believe that life changes when something big happens, when motivation suddenly appears, when clarity finally arrives. But psychology tells a quieter and more uncomfortable truth. Life usually changes long before you feel ready for it, and often in ways that feel almost invisible while they are happening. The habits that reshape a person rarely look dramatic in the moment. They look ordinary, even boring, and that is exactly why they work. The real question is not whether you want a better life, but whether your daily behavior is aligned with the identity of the person you believe you could become. If someone watched you closely for a week without listening to your dreams or your excuses, what kind of future would they predict for you? Would it match the story you tell yourself about who you are and where you're going? This gap between intention and behavior is where most people quietly lose years of their lives, not through failure, but through unconscious repetition. Psychology explains this through the concept of identity-based habits. According to self-perception theory, we don't act based on who we are. We become who we are based on how we act repeatedly. Every small habit is a vote for a particular identity. When you consistently delay difficult tasks, your brain learns that avoidance is part of who you are. When you consistently return to effort, even imperfectly, your nervous system starts to trust you. This is not motivation, it is conditioning. One group of habits that quietly changes lives is related to attention control. Cognitive psychology shows that attention is a limited resource, and whatever consistently holds it shapes emotional reality. People who build the habit of intentionally choosing where their attention goes, whether through reflection, reading, or silence, slowly regain agency over their inner world. They are not calmer because life is easier. They are calmer because they are no longer reacting to every stimulus as if it were urgent. Over time, this trains the prefrontal cortex to regulate impulses instead of surrendering to them. Another set of life-changing habits revolves around emotional regulation. Many people believe they are bad with emotions, but attachment theory suggests something more nuanced. Most emotional reactions are learned responses from earlier environments where safety or validation felt uncertain. Habits like naming emotions, pausing before reacting, or revisiting experiences through writing slowly rewire how the brain associates emotion with threat. Instead of suppressing feelings or being overwhelmed by them, emotionally regulated individuals develop tolerance. They can sit with discomfort without needing immediate relief, and that capacity alone changes relationships, decisions, and self-respect. A third psychological angle involves behavioral consistency and self-trust. Research on self-efficacy shows that confidence is not built by thinking positively, but by keeping small promises to yourself. When your actions align with your intentions, even in minor ways, your brain updates its belief system. You begin to experience yourself as someone who follows through. This changes how you approach challenges, because effort no longer feels like a gamble. It feels familiar. Over time, discipline stops feeling like control and starts feeling like self-care. What makes these habits truly life-changing is not their intensity, but their quiet accumulation. The brain is constantly updating its model of who you are based on repeated behavior. Each small choice either reinforces an old pattern or weakens it. Neuroplasticity does not respond to dramatic intentions. It responds to consistent signals. Eventually, something subtle shifts. You don't feel transformed, but you notice that you react differently. You think more clearly under pressure. You feel less dependent on external validation. You start choosing actions that respect your future self instead of comforting your present discomfort. And one day, you realize that the life you wanted did not arrive suddenly. It grew slowly, shaped by habits that once seemed insignificant. If this perspective resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on which small behaviors are shaping your identity right now. Awareness is often the first habit that changes everything. And if you want to explore more ideas like this, consider staying with the channel. Sometimes, understanding yourself deeply is the most practical form of self-improvement.